The Oxford English Dictionary defines the word patriotism as, quote, devotion and vigorous support for one's country. In Kiswahili, that is uzalendo, kupenda nchi yako. Growing up, I remember reciting the loyalty pledge. I still recall the words. I pledge my loyalty to the President and the nation of Kenya, my readiness and duty to defend the flag of our republic, my devotion to the words of our national anthem, my life and strength in the task of our nation's building, in the living spirit embodied in our national motto, Harambee, and perpetuated in the national philosophy of peace, love, and unity. We said it loudly, proudly, and with passion, believing every single word. But loving your country also means being able to disagree and correct where necessary. Patriotism is not blind loyalty. It includes tough love, speaking out when things are not going in the right direction, instead of applauding without question. This brings me to what some leaders have said about the local reactions to Kenya's loss at the AUC. Some Kenyans were upset over the loss, while others were elated, saying they were happy with the outcome. The latter group became the target of heated criticism, both within Parliament and outside it. Their celebrations were labelled unpatriotic and shameful, with warnings against such behavior. Some leaders even used words like primitive and village mentality to describe them. But let's be clear. People should be allowed to feel however they want without being gagged. Instead of lecturing Kenyans on how they should have reacted, leaders should have taken the time to understand why people responded that way. Recently, a legislator told Kenyans who were criticizing the government that they should leave the country and find somewhere else to live. Ironically, some of the same individuals who fiercely criticized this very government less than a year ago are now insisting that others should not do the same. There's a common misconception that supporting the government equals patriotism. But true love for one's country includes the courage to criticize when things are not going right. You can disagree with the government precisely because you love your country. That's why certain national symbols like the flag remain unchanged, regardless of who is in power. Same to our coat of arms. The two lions are permanent no matter what other animal inspires you. We all need to remember that no parliamentary approval is required for opinions. People have a right to express themselves, whether positively or negatively. It is the duty of leaders to listen and reflect on why Kenyans are reacting the way they do. But let's just be honest. No one seems to be listening. Our leaders must understand that Kenyans are loud and opinionated. If we can argue about the weather, we can surely and freely argue about governance. And if you don't like it, utadu, that is my memo.